Pivoting and relaying are advanced features for Meterpreter. They allow you to implement sophisticated post-exploitation strategies and expand your penetration into otherwise directly inaccessible system. So in this lecture I would like to show you a couple of techniques for pivoting that and also relaying that can be used after you have exploited the system. So what is pivoting? Pivoting is the unique technique of using an instance, which also referred as a plant or foothold, to be able to move around inside a network. Basically using the first compromise to allow even aid for compromise to other inaccessible systems. So in this scenario we will using it for routing traffic from a normally non-routable network. So for example, like we are penetester, I am a penetester, and you pull the company directory and decide to target a user in the target IT department. You call up the user and claim you are from the vendor and would like them to visit your website in order to download a security patch, and at the URL you pointing them to you are running them a Internet Explorer exploit. So first, when the target visits our malicious URL, a Meterpreter session is open for us and giving us the full system. So it's very easy, just use this exploit, and this is the default, so you can choose any exploit you want, but we are going to use this Aurora exploit. So make sure if you want to use this, just use this. So after this just type show option, it will give you all of those options that you need to know. As you can see, this is the server host, this is the port 8080. So what you have to do now is we have to change our this SRB host. So as you can see, L host, we change it to this IP, so it set it to this IP, and also we are going to exploit this. So as you can see, the handler exploit on this IP on this port. So when we connect to our Meterpreter session and we run ipconfig and see that the exploit system is dual homed and a common configuration among IT staff. So as you can see, this is the session they are running and continuously running on this. As you can see, this is the same IP as in here. So very easy. So what you have to do now, after that just type session -L, and this is gonna give you the active sessions. So we want to leverage this newly discovered information and attack this additional network. So Metaexploit has an auto route Meterpreter script that allow us to attack this second network through our first compromised machine. So just as you can see, as I told you, just type ipconfig, and then this will give you the, and this is the second session as I was told about the second network through our first compromised machine. So now that we have added our additional route, okay, let me just define this as well. What you have to do now, run auto route -H. So this will run all the auto route on this mass task. So use route and ipconfig to command and learn available route. So as you can see, -P, this will give you the active routing table. So as you can see, this is the currently available. So now that we have added our additional route, we will escalate to system, dump the password hashes and background our Meterpreter session. So just what you have to do now, get system. So as you can see, after doing the get system, it gave you the get system via the technique, first technique. So after that, just run the hash dump. As you can see, these are using and booting the system key, also getting the administrator hash. So now we need to determine if there are other system on the second network that we have discovered. So we will use the basic TCP port scanner to look for the port 139 to 445. So as you can see, if you gives you all the name and option, as you can see, concurrency, filter, you can check all of those by just simply pasting or typing our host ports in here. So what we're going to do, we're going to set our host, just set our host to the IP that you want, then set our port. So this is the port, as you can see it gives you, so it's better to use 1 to 1 between this range, it's better to use the port. Then the thread, set the thread to 50, and after that just run. As you can see, the TCP is open on both these 139 as well as looking there. So you are using a basic TCP port scanner to look for the port 139 and port 445. As you can see, it gives also result TCP open on both of these. So it also scan 256 of this hosted. So auxiliary module execution all are completed. So we have discovered an additional machine on this network with port 139 and 445 which are open, as we previously see, as you can see, and we will try to reuse our gathered password hash with the exploit module. So just set host and all of those. As you can see, we are also going to set the exploit. That's are the SMB pass exploit that we are going to use, and also we are going to use this payload. And as you can, I think you all know what this is. This is the Meterpreter blind TCP method. So we are going to exploit this method, blind TCP underscore TCP. So the local administrator password is frequently the same across the entire enterprise. So as you can see, our attack has successful, and you can see previously and about the output that we have a Meterpreter session connecting on 10.1.13.2. so this one 10.1.13.2 via our existing Meterpreter session, this one 192.168.1.201. so this one. So running ipconfig on our nearly compromised machine shows that we have reached a system that is not normally accessible to us. As you can see, this is the machine that we are now access. We can do anything we want in this machine, and you can check all of those like files, session, or you can check any of those and do any of the things that you want to do using this method. You can check files on this compromised machine, you check what windows are using, you can screen grab, you can send file, receive file, and all of etc. all of the things you can do on this machine after exploiting this using pivoting. So at the end, as you can see, pivoting is an extremely powerful feature and then is a critical capability to have on a penetration testing.